On a cold night in October 1986, a deep rhythmic signal was picked up by a U.S. Navy submarine stationed off the coast of Alaska. It didn't match any known submarine, sonar, or marine life. The signal repeated in perfect intervals, every 91 seconds. At first, it was thought to be some sort of foreign technology, possibly Russian. But within weeks, more stations around the world started receiving the same signal. From Greenland to Guam, isolated listening posts reported the same mysterious tone. It was always the same, low, haunting, and completely alien. The recordings were sent to the National Security Agency, NSA. For years, they had been monitoring strange transmissions, some real, most hoaxes. But this one felt different. This signal didn't just repeat. It changed. Slight shifts in the tone, small variations in timing. It was as if something or someone was trying to communicate. The NSA labeled it Phenomenon V457, but inside classified circles, it had a different name, Project Nightwhisper. The lead analyst on the case was a linguist named Dr. Lena Morse. She had worked on decoding rare tribal languages in South America and was fluent in 9 human languages. But what drew her in wasn't just the signal's mystery. It was that the patterns felt familiar. Not like a language she knew, but like one trying to learn hers. The signal wasn't just broadcasting, it was responding. After months of analysis, Lena noticed something chilling. The signal seemed to echo specific global events. The day the Challenger shuttle exploded, the tone grew erratic, filled with what sounded like static sobbing. After Chernobyl, it stopped altogether for 33 hours, then returned with a new pattern, one that Lena described as sounding like mourning. It was reacting to humanity. Things escalated in 1988, when a second signal began. It came from deep within the Earth's crust, far below what any human technology could reach. Both signals began interacting with each other, like a call and response. Lena proposed a terrifying theory. One source was not from Earth, and the other was already here. That's when the black SUVs started showing up. Men in suits with no names or badges entered the NSA's Langley facility. They shut down Lena's lab, confiscated her work, and reassigned her team without explanation. But Lena had made copies, something she never told them. She feared that whatever this signal was, the truth wasn't being buried because it was nonsense. It was being buried because it was too real. She took her data to a former CIA cryptologist named Grant Bell. He was known for going off-grid after a mental breakdown in 1982, but Lena trusted him. When Grant looked at the signal patterns, he didn't say a word for a full hour. Then he stood up and locked the doors. "What you have here," he whispered, "isn't a language. It's a map." According to Grant, the slight variations in tone and timing weren't just random, they formed coordinates. Specific points on Earth. When Lena cross-referenced them, she found something she hadn't expected. Every single location was tied to ancient structures, Stonehenge, the Great Pyramid, the Nazca Lines. And all had a history of strange events, disappearances, or unexplained magnetic readings. Together, they focused on one site in particular, a deep, unmarked cave system beneath the U.S.-Canada border known as Sector 12B, a location once used for secret NORAD drills. When they went there, they found what looked like an abandoned outpost. But underground, hidden behind a false wall, was a steel door marked only with a code, NW Delta 1. Nightwhisper Delta 1. The room inside was untouched. Dust-covered consoles, faded documents, and a flickering projector that still worked. What it played shocked them both, old surveillance footage of a creature, not quite human, moving through the dark. Its skin was translucent. It had no eyes, only ridges where eyes should be. And most chilling of all, it seemed to hum, a perfect match to the first Nightwhisper signal. The documents were worse. One memo read, "Subject responds to tonal input. Appears distressed by emotional frequencies. Subject attempted escape during emotional simulation. Breached containment. Status unknown." The date was November 12, 1972. If the creature had escaped, where had it gone? Had the NSA kept listening all this time, not to a distant star, but to something they had lost? Lena and Grant knew they had seen too much. But before they could act, Lena was taken. She vanished one night from a hotel in Montana, leaving no sign except a handwritten note in Grant's mailbox. It simply said, "It's not a message. It's a warning." And now, It's learning faster. Grant disappeared from the public eye soon after. But in 2009, a strange file was leaked to the internet through an anonymous source. It contained over 300 hours of audio labeled NWS Archive 86 to 89, with layered frequencies and buried voices. Internet sleuths dismissed it as ARG content, until one user, a radio engineer in Argentina, isolated a repeating signal underneath the noise. It matched the original 1986 transmission exactly. Except now, there were words. Faint, robotic English, repeating the same phrase. You taught us pain. We are returning the language. Since then, strange reports have been increasing, entire forests going silent, radio signals dropping in rhythmic intervals, and devices randomly broadcasting deep metallic humming. Some say it's all fake. Others say the government is testing new weapons. But a few believe the truth is far worse. They think Nightwhisper was never shut down. That the NSA didn't just fail to decode the alien language, they accidentally taught it something new. Emotion, rage, memory. And now, it's speaking back. Not with violence, but with understanding. And it knows exactly how to make us listen.